Good morning. Welcome back to you guys. I'm super excited. I have to tell you, now I can tell you, now that it's over, that pre-recording my messages for you was super tough. I love to be here. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I love to be here live. It's different. I love to bring a message, but when I'm live, there's just something different with the interactions. So I was super happy that I was able to bring you guys messages for the time I was gone. But this is my jam right here. This is my peanut butter and jelly. Ashley, TGIM, Lisa, good morning, my friend. Lisa, coffee and squats, my friends. I love it. Thank you, Lisa. Hold on, I'm missing it here. Lori, hello, welcome back. Missed you. I missed you guys more than you know. Erica, good morning. Hutzek, look at that hot tan. And you know what? You can't really see it because I have the ring light on, but I'll take it. Amy, good morning. Janet, good morning. Michelle, good morning. Holly, good morning. Robin, good morning. Robin, I just took my bracelet off for the first time today, so I wouldn't get a sweat, but I love it. I connect with that bit. I love it. Carrie, good morning. Deanna, hello. Hola. Carrie, good morning. Sue, good morning. Thank you. Kayla, good morning. Karen, thank you. Jackie, good morning. Spring break for me so I can actually listen live for a change. I love that. Melissa, morning, missed your live vibe. Hope you had a fantastic vacation. Thank you. I was saying before you hopped on how I loved doing the pre-recorded messages and having them, but they just do not feel the same as when I'm live. So I love to be live. Hola, Nikki, you're in Mexico right now, correct? Am I correct on that? I thought I saw you laying by a pool somewhere. Craig, good morning. Hutzek, I don't think I'll be saying the same thing for the new nugget. Chuck is pretty tan. He's pretty tan. I introduced him to bronzer, so... and foolish little Skinties is wanting her mama. Stacy, thank you. Amy, good morning. Charmaine, good morning. Visiting my sisters and brothers in Tennessee. Very cool. Kim, good morning. Boy, I had there are so many things I want to talk about, so many things I want to say. And I'm sure you're all, I don't even know where to start. So I labeled today Vacation Feels. And I guess I just want to share with you some of my experiences from being on vacation. Maeda, good morning. Kim, good morning. Something that I realized very early on is it doesn't matter where you go. It's so easy to take for granted being present in the moment. It is. I know we all love to say it. I know we all love to say, be present in the moment. You really have to intentionally look for things to be present in a moment. Chuck and I would walk the beach and we'd talk, and it's crazy, doing some of the same things that we could have done here at home and not even realizing the paradise that was around us. And I know you're like, oh, that's not possible. It is. It is very easy to get lost where you are and not be present in the moment. There was one day we rented a cabana. And it was super windy out that day. The sun didn't come out a lot. It was really, really cloudy. Jill, good morning. Annette, good morning. And I bought a new book. Let me show you my book here, because I'm going to be actually doing a lot of teaching from this over the next. And it's called 1,000 Little Things. 1,000 Little Things. And it says, happy, successful people do differently. 1,000 little things happy, successful people do differently. And one of the things in there was being present. How many times have we talked about this? I feel like hundreds. I feel like we've talked about it hundreds of times. And one of the things he was talking about was, just being present. Life is short. And I took a moment to look around, and it was just an epiphany moment. The wind was blowing, and it was creating these sand waves up on the beach. And it was beautiful. When the waves would come in and wash back out, it left ripples in the sand. Do you know how many days we had walked that? We had walked the beach and the waves before I ever even took the time to look at that. And it just made me think of all the times we say be present in the moment, even at home, and how easy it is to just get sucked into the daily tasks of everything and not be present in the moment. You know, we make our coffee every day, right? Woo, it's our coffee. We love our coffee. But do you really take the time to love your coffee? Do you take the time to smell it from the moment it's brewing to the moment that it touches your lips? For all of us that have jobs to do, right? You know, Chuck and I setting that alarm for 4 a.m., being present, being blessed that we have something to get up for at 4 a.m. I mean, we're so blessed. One of the gentlemen we talked to on vacation, very nice guy, just had his second child. I think it was only maybe a month old. Was out of work for the past 8 months because everything they do is on the resorts. The resorts just now are opening up in January, so they've been closed for 8 months. This gentleman back in March, when he no longer had an income, and they don't have what we have. I don't believe that they get the same kind of assistance that we get around here. I tried to do some research, you know, and I don't believe they do. But he told us the story about how he had the family. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. He had this family that he had to take care of. So because he couldn't go to the resort and make his money, he started making empanadas every day and would bring them out to the streets, into the city or wherever he was, and he would sell them. And that was how he made his income. I mean, talk about doing whatever you have to do to survive. I think some of us, and I say this all the time, we are such an entitled culture. We are such an entitled culture. I mean, even though some of us might have lost jobs, I said to Chuck the other day before we left, there are jobs everywhere. There are jobs everywhere around us. Some things never shut down. If you really needed to go find a job, you really could. There's always something at your fingertips. And just being present when things, you know, when things are bad, when things are good, and appreciating all that we have. We really take for granted all of the amazing things we have at our fingertips, and that we truly are. We are. And I don't think it's bad to say that. And I hope that doesn't trigger you. You're entitled. I'm entitled. Why? Because this is everything and anything we've ever known. We've never known anything different. And that's why I think it's just so easy and so crazy to get down and angry when things don't go our way, because we've always, let's be honest, we are people who love to get things our way, and 90% of the time, I want to say we do. We get things our way, and we only do things that we know are going to go our way, because that's our culture. It is. That's our culture. So some of the other, you know, the smells, the sounds, just being present. You know, I talked about how about being at home. Kayla, absolutely. Living in the moment. You know, when your alarm goes off, Kayla, I saw part of your post today and I didn't get to read it all because I was just logging on here. But, you know, I saw that you had that moment again when your alarm went off today. And I thought, we are so blessed to be able to get up and move our bodies, to be able to get up and have an internet to watch a workout, to have people to lead a workout, to have people to join us on a workout. We are so darn blessed. That thing right there behind me, that Keurig, I am so blessed to have that Keurig, to have the beautiful decor behind me, my coffee mugs, my collection of coffee mugs, my syrups. I mean, I can't tell you how many times do we take everything like that for granted, because it just is. Because we've always had it, because that's just the way it is. I am so thankful. Before we left on our trip, I was talking a lot to Chuck about our future, and it was funny. We had, you know, Chuck and I trigger each other all the time. And we had this moment, and he's like, you talk like you're dying or something. And I said, no. I said, but we'd say all the time, live every day like it's your last. And I intend to do that. I don't know that I have tomorrow. I intend to live every single moment it's like it's my last. This past year, Chuck and I have done some crazy, amazing things, not only in the present moment, but also for building our future. because I don't want to leave this world without leaving a mark on the world. I want to leave my mark on this world, and I want to know that I lived every day to the fullest. And something I want to, if you haven't been on vacation or you haven't gone somewhere and you have the means to even go for a couple days, do it. Do it. Yes, it's wonderful to save money. It's wonderful to build a retirement, but you don't get to take that stuff with you. Get out and experience the world. Go to Door County, go to Minocqua, go to Michigan, go to Minnesota, go see other parts of the United States, of the world, of wherever, and just get some more experiences. I try and tell my kids that all the time. Do things. My son is out in River Falls, and I'll tell you, when he left for college, was I a little sad? Yes, I was a little sad, but I was more excited than I was sad that he was going to get out and see the world. Get out of O'Connell Falls, get out of Green Bay, go out and see what's out in the world for you, because the world is huge. The world is a huge place, and there are so many things out there. And unless you are brave enough to get out there and see them, you're going to live this. And I'm not saying it's a small life. I'm just saying that there are so many experiences out there that unless you're willing to go out there and find them, they're going to pass you right by. They're going to pass you by. Amy, I tell my kids they don't know real hunger. Neither do I. As I was doing my research, it's crazy. When the schools closed down, they were still offering like lunch for them, and I think even some breakfast for some people. In Punta Cana, they didn't have that. They didn't have that. They did find an outreach group who put together like some rice and some beans and some things like that and would deliver it out to some of the families that were the most in need. It said some of the people had to, because they lost their jobs in the resort, they had to go back to different parts of Punta Cana, different parts of the Dominican Republic, and go live with family because they couldn't stay where they were. I mean, we just are so darn, I don't even know if the word is blessed. It is blessed, but we have so much at our fingertips that we take for granted every single day. And going over for a vacation, it just made me realize, talking to some of these people, how hard they truly had it. It wasn't like a business closed down for 6-7 weeks and then they went back to work. No, they were done. They were done for 8 months, nothing. No income, no tips, no paychecks, no stimulus. They don't get that. They had to do with whatever they had. They had to rely on family for all of them to come together and make things work. It just was such an amazing experience. Ruth, good morning, latecomer, but thought I would listen to you live today before I start. Thank you, Ruth. Ashley, we live in an instant world. It's so true. And I think I've talked about this so many times over the past, I'm going to say a year now, the past year. We want things when we want things, how we want things, and we're used to having it today. I remember when we had to go buy our stove, they're behind like 8 weeks or something. And I remember some people have been like, oh, don't expect to get it. And I have no expectations, my friends. I have no expectations. I try to keep my expectations as low as possible. Yes, is there an excitement because I wanted my new stove? I'm damn lucky I can even afford a new stove because not everybody is in that spot. And believe me when I say I count my blessings for those things every single day, every moment of every day, because it could flip on a dime. I feel, when we flew back into Chicago, the airport was full. When we left, it wasn't. When we got back, it was. And then when we got home yesterday, we ran to Costco and Costco was packed. And there's this sense of normalcy coming back. I don't know if you guys feel that as well, but there's a sense of normalcy. The one thing I said to Chuck was, I love it. I love it, but there's nothing to say that next week something else doesn't happen. And I don't ever want to get my expectations up to be like, the world has gone back to normal and everything is going to be back it is. I know that some of you are excited to get back to maybe physical locations of fitness. The one thing I would tell you is make sure you are connecting with it. Don't just show up someplace to burn a couple 100 calories. Connect with it. Find your passion in it. Feel your muscles. Think about what you're going to do for the rest of the day when you're done sweating. That's what it's all about. Otherwise, we're all going to end up right back where we were 12 months ago, going through the hamster wheel of life, showing up, not doing anything different, and right back where we were. I know so many of you have leaps and bounds ahead of where you were. a year ago. Not necessarily because you burn more calories or less calories, but up here. Up here, I know you are. I've seen the transformations. I hear the transformations. It's been one heck of an amazing year. I don't ever want to go back to the way it was. I don't ever want to go back to that hamster wheel of life again. I love what COVID did. And I know that shakes people up. I love what it did. It made me look at life through a different lens. It made me look at life through a different lens. What I thought I knew wasn't true. What I thought I had wasn't true. What I thought I was guaranteed wasn't true. What I thought I was going to wake up to every day for the next wasn't true. And I love that. I love that. You know, I want to achieve that myself. I don't want a rug pulled out from under me again, but it's going to happen. That's life. But I want to be excited when that happens because it's a chance for me to grow and learn more about myself. Kayla, agreed. I recently had this conversation with Maya. We take so much for granted. Michelle, I live in thankfulness all the time. The life I live now is so far from the life I grew up with. I worked hard to get where I am and where I'm going, but I always remembered the troubled, very low income life I grew up in. I don't live a privileged life, but I'm humbled by the life I live now. Exactly. And I've told you guys stories about the places I've lived, the experiences I've had. I've lived in a house that was infested with rats. Like I have clawed my way out of some pretty dark places. And I too count my blessings. I am so thankful every day for what we have. Every day. I work darn hard for it, but I love that we have the ability to work for it. I love that there is opportunity to achieve great things here. You know, I can't wait to get into this book with you guys because sometimes I think success just happens when you show up every day, you go to work every day, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. It's really knowing what you want to achieve, how you want to achieve it, and it's not just saying things like, I want to lose weight. I want to work out. You got to get more specific with your goals. You got to really get passionate about the things that you want to achieve because they're not just going to happen. They're not just going to happen, especially if you're vague about it. It's time to get serious. It's time to dig deep and really think about the things that you want. Ruth, just what I needed to hear today is I'm having a pity party since I wasn't able to get to Jamaica as planned, but still with my daughter and going to Florida instead. Need to remember my gratitude that I could have had the means to do that. That's right. And you know what? Who knows what this journey is going to bring for you that maybe going to Jamaica wouldn't have. That's what I like to think. Whenever something doesn't go my way, I want to find the silver lining in the way it did go. Maybe it's somebody you meet. Maybe it's a moment you have with your daughter that you wouldn't have been able to have in Jamaica. Look for those silver linings because nothing happens by accident. Everything is meant to be. So I'm sure that you are going to find something along this trip that you didn't even know was possible. So my friends, that's where I'm going to leave you at today. I've got so many things I want to talk about this week. I might be all over the board, but I'm excited to be all over the board with you guys. We're in this together. We have done this past year together. Maybe some of you have only been here for a month, for 2 or 3. I know some of you have been here since last March, and I feel so grateful and blessed to have you guys here with me. I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and I say that with such genuine, heartfelt gratitude. I love you all. This is my home. This is where we belong. I've never been excited to come home from a vacation more than I was this one. And that's all due to you guys. So I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Coach Chuck is going live at noon. You won't want to miss him. Lord knows he's going to be on fire. Not probably, he is going to be on fire. All right, my friends, I love you all. Go out and have a great Monday and try and be present in those moments.